Hello and welcome back to another live stream today. I'm very happy because I have the Brant from Step Into the Portal here to play Star Wars Unlimited with me. How you doing? Welcome to the channel. How you doing, Brant?
I'm so good, Nelson. I'm so hyped. I woke up early. All the stockings are hung by the chimney with care, and I'm ready to throw down Star Wars Unlimited. I don't know if people can see, but I have my Star Wars shirt on. You'll have to actually tell me. I can't see my camera too well.
Yes,
That I'm back in the image. But I am so excited to play this game, and I'm excited to play with you as well.
I am so pumped. I put my Star Wars shirt on as well. However, it is objectively worse than your shirt because yours is the holiday cheer, the holiday. I mean, we just have to say that Star Wars, the holiday special, is probably the greatest piece of cinematic mastery in this world, right?
Tearjerker. Tearjerker.
Okay, so we are playing. Hey, Dom, how's it going? We are playing Star Wars Unlimited, which is a game that is not out yet. So this is a tabletop simulator mod for the game, which is releasing on March 8th. We do have a release date. I'm pumped, but we're gonna be playing the starter decks, and then Brant created some special decks for us to play for a second game. So I'm pumped, but you're going to be the one who tees up and talks about the game, teaches us just a little bit of the overview before we dive in. Go for it.
All right. So let's get one thing straight here, Nelson, which is Marvel is fun. It's exciting. Marvel Champions is still my favorite game ever. But Star Wars is where it's at for me. Star Wars is my childhood. Star Wars is my middle age, and Star Wars is where I'm at now. I realize that some of the things that have come out lately for Star Wars have not been nearly as popular, but by far my favorite. I think up behind me here I have Rebellion. Over there I have both Queen's
Nice.
Gambit and Epic Duels, which are
Nice.
kind of grail games, I think, for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
And I just absolutely love Star Wars. So a game based on Star Wars, I am so excited about. I do know competitive for some people becomes tricky and collectible. So, one thing I would definitely urge people is, to just try, like if you have a local store, trying this game on that release date or the pre-release, whenever they do that. And that, like those pre-release events they do are so much fun, and you don't have to go and buy more. You can play with kind of some of that initial stuff. So I would let people know, like, there are ways to play these collectible competitive games in a casual format, more so than there has ever been. So that's just kind of one of the things I would let people know.
Yeah,
All right.
I've played it a couple of times with just the starter decks, and I've had a ton of fun. And I have actually played a couple of the TCGs where I don't actually go into the collectible side of things. I just buy a couple of the starter decks and sit down and play very casually. So yeah, I sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I wanted to. I'm excited. Hey, Chester, how's it going?
Yeah, no worries. So that's just what I was gonna let people know. Perfect. I'm gonna try to point to your cards because you are the one facing the camera for everybody.
And I will
So
zoom
we
in
are
so everyone
playing,
can see.
and you'll have to be the one to hit Alt so people can read the cards too. So we are playing the starter demo decks. I think these are going to be the starter decks that actually come with the starter pack of the game. But these are also the ones that they demoed at. They're demoing at all the conventions. Gen Con and PAX are the ones that are probably relative to us, relevant to us. So you get a 50 card deck, which Nelson has down here. And then you get a base and a leader. And that base and leader have a symbol in the corner. The leader will have two symbols, and I apologize that I forget the names. I know yellow is cunning. I don't remember what blue is. Maybe I think green is command. I don't remember. I apologize. So you'll have two symbols on your leader. So that leader is the blue symbol as well as heroic. So it is Star Wars Unlimited. You can put anything in your deck. The only limit is the hero and villain icons. So you've got to be heroic or villainous, as far as I remember. So then, when you actually go to play a card, can I pull a card off
Yep.
of your deck? I can. So if you go to play a card, whoops, you'll see symbols and costs in the upper corner of that card. And so the cost of the card is the upper left, but in addition, you have to pay the symbol cost. If you don't have that symbol, you pay two additional resources. So you can include any card, What's nice in the demo decks is you don't have to worry about the symbols. So for this, you don't have to worry. And the decks that I made for us, you don't have to worry about the symbols. But
Beautiful.
just know the idea of Star Wars Unlimited is that you can put any card in your deck.
Nice. Also, from the chat, blue is vigilance. So thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, those are things that people are, and I like to know those things. Even like I'm, running Lorcana weekly at the store that I'm at, and I try to get people to use the non-Magic the Gathering terms, but it happens.
We're gonna tap my land
for. Yeah, exactly. So that's an overview of the cards and kind of the deck, so you can see what's happening there. So the goal of the game, which probably is what I should have done first, but I like the way I did that, so is to destroy the other person's base. So you can see we both have bases with 30 health. There are other bases that have different amounts of health and sometimes have abilities. Ours don't have any abilities, so we need to deal 30 damage to the base. Whoever's base dies first wins. The structure of the game is actually turns, but it's round based. So we take single action turns back and forth. Perhaps what people would be most familiar with is something like Ashes, which does this, the single actions in a turn, and we go back and forth taking single actions until we both pass. This little token will go to the player who passes first, called the initiative token, and people will get that token to show that they have the initiative. The other player can then take unlimited actions, Star Wars Unlimited. So you can see that element there and whatnot. So that's kind of the structure of it. And we're going to be spending resources. So you'll have resources, these cards. Any card can be a resource, and it'll flip face down and be played down here. And then you can exert these cards, or exhaust maybe is their terminology. You can exhaust these cards in order to pay the costs of the various cards. For example, why does this flip function keep...
It's as excited as we are.
So, for example, if you show the Luke Skywalker card, that is a leader. So he's not a unit, but he's a leader. So you have this ability while you have Luke as a leader. And so that little 1 is pay 1 resource. And then he can put a shield token on a unit that you've played this turn. Does that have to be a rebel unit? On a heroic unit you played this turn. In addition, every leader has an epic action. So epic actions, which do exist in some other places, are a once per game. Once you do it, you can never get it back, and currently you can reset your epic action or anything like that. So you really just have to track that you did it, which, since it's yes, I did it, no, I didn't, it's not too bad.
We do have these for epic leaders, action counters that I don't know if these are unique to the TTS mod or if these are actually going to be a component in the game, but there's a little X that we can put on it to track it.
Perfect. So what will then happen is you can take this epic action. So for each of these leaders, it's when you have a certain number of resources, you can take that action. And when you take that action, there's not a cost, it's just a requirement. And then you can flip Luke, and the TTS will actually hit 2. And then he becomes a unit that can come into play in our ground arena over here. And now you have a unit. So let's talk about units while we have units. So he is specifically a leader unit, and that's going to be important. And it's small, but it's in the upper left of the card in light blue. Yeah, if you can find a space. Thank you. And then you'll see unit ground. So Leia says unit ground, and then this X-Wing that Nelson found, the Alliance X-Wing, is a unit space. So we have 2 arenas. We have the ground arena over here, which is Endor, and we have the space arena over here, which is the Death Star 2. And we are playing our units in the correct arena, and units will interact with each other in that arena. There is, however, some cross-arena play that you can have, but for the most part, they're intended to be this way. When a unit comes into play, it will come into play exhausted, so it cannot be used on a turn. However, it is not summoning sickness, or the ink is not drying, or any of those games that people might be referred to. It is similar to our LCG games where, it is available to use. It's just you have to ready it if you want to be able to use that unit. So then looking on a unit, they will have their attack power, they will have their defense power, which is their health, and they will have their abilities. So Princess Leia says, either ready a resource or exhaust a unit. And so that is what you can do when played. So there's when played, there's on attack, there's when defeated, all sorts of timing issue windows like those that we're probably used to from a lot of card games that hopefully people watching have played. So when units attack each other, they will deal damage simultaneously, and if a unit has damage equal to its defense value, it will be immediately destroyed. There was something else I wanted to mention about units. Oh, just quick, so we know the Star Wars Unlimited thing here is there are multiple versions of the same character, and those can be in play because it's Star Wars Unlimited. So this one has a subtitle. This is Leia Organa, Defiant Princess. So if you got another one that was Leia Organa, Rebel General, that would be a different version. So you can't have the same version with the same subtitle in play, but you can have two different versions of the same character in play.
And real quick in the chat, we got Brian. Cheers. Excited to see this game in action with two fellas and whose taste I trust. Excellent. I'm so excited to play. I hope that this gives you all the knowledge that you need. And then Daniel, this game is so dope. Cannot wait for the release. Right there with you. Alrighty, back to you, Brent. Sorry.
That's great. I'm excited to hear that people are as excited as we are for the game. So there's that. All right. I think that mostly explains all the units. The other card, I think you put one back, are events. I mean, they're pretty straightforward. You pay for the event, you do what the event says, and then it goes to your discard pile. The only other thing we're going to see is, oh gosh, I think they're called attachments. And you play them and then they would go on a unit. They would attach to a unit and give it bonus generally to its stats and give it a special ability. They're easy enough when we come across them to just show it as that happens. So the structure, oh look at that, you found it. The structure of a turn, so this one, for example, would attach to Luke, and then he would have additional stats from having his lightsaber. The structure of the turn is going to be we will go back and forth, starting with the player with initiative, taking single actions. So for an action, you can play a card and put it into play, exerted, unless it's an event. You can, exhausted. You can exhaust a character in order to attack with it. Now, when you attack, you can either attack something in your arena, or you can just straight attack the base. So you may say, Brant, why would I not attack the base? Why would I attack unit? Well, because you're trying to get board control, right? So you might want to eliminate something so that future turns you could have more access to dealing damage to the base directly. Oh, I thought you were going to say something.
Nope.
Okay. So there is that. Other things you can do on your turn. Then you can just do any actions that might be on cards. There's very few cards that have actions, but some of the characters may exhaust to do an action as well. You can take an epic action, and you can put your character in play. Do note that if you used Luke's leader ability, you could then use the epic action, and he would come into play unexhausted.
Oh,
so
that's
he would be
cool.
ready when you put him into play.
Nice.
If your leader, this is the one part that can be tricky for people. If your leader is destroyed, a return back to the leader spot, exhausted, it will then ready at the end of the round, and they can be used as a leader, but the epic action is once per game, so it can no longer be used to return that character. That's mostly it. Then once a player passes, the other player gets unlimited actions. Once they pass, both players will draw 2 cards. They have the option to build one as an exhausted resource, and then both players ready everything, and a new round begins with the player who had the initiative token who passed first on the previous round. So you cannot build a resource on your turn, but at the end of every round, you can build a resource.
Yep. Hey, Daniel, yes, these are the starter decks. We're going to be doing a game with the starter decks, just to kind of run through the mechanics, and then Brant built a couple of constructed decks that we're going to do a second game and run through those after this game. Thanks for the question.
Also, am I shouting?
Yeah, let us know if the volume.
I realize I have my teacher voice on.
I did some adjusting of the volume beforehand, but let me know, and I can easily do my magic editing stuff over here, and actually, you know what? I could just mute Brant if that works too.
Oh,
Daniel says it sounds good. Excellent. Let's go. Yeah, we have to charade our way through this. It's like the Deadpool obligation where you're not allowed to talk. That makes for some really fun streams. I'm not gonna lie.
I got it. We were playing at the store, and I got the Merc with the mouth, which is a Deadpool card where you can't talk. And then somebody came over to ask me a question, like a customer, and the other person had to tell them like, you can't talk.
Love that.
All right, Nelson,
hey,
are
how's
you
it
ready?
going? I think so. So,
Then may the force be with you, literally. Oh no, we have to roll off.
yep. I'm gonna choose a green die over
I
here.
did not say how we start. Well, I'm definitely rolling red.
Come on.
Mine
Okay.
didn't roll very well. Will this go away? So I will go first. So to start the game, we draw 6 cards. And you all can see Nelson's cards, but you can't see my cards. And if you want, you can have a single full mulligan. So you can take your whole hand, put it on the bottom of your deck, shuffle, and draw 6 new cards.
And
I
when
think I'm good.
okay, and then also with the starting hand, you resource 2 of these, correct?
Correct. Yep. So then if you're happy with your hand, you can take 2 cards, put them down as resources.
So I'm looking at this. My hand is fairly expensive, except for a couple of events. And we kind of talked before this game that this first game we were probably made just talk a little bit through our actions. So I have a lot of really expensive cards, except for a couple cheap
Cool.
events that deal with units. And if I can't get a unit on the field, so I am going to go ahead and take a mulligan.
I actually realized that my 2 cost cards were not units either, so I'm going to need to mulligan.
So, oh, that looks better. Ooh, 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 ooh. I really hope we get to see what's the Vader card in your deck that deals with.
We're not going to talk about it until we get it because it's awesome.
I know. I just really want to see.
We don't
that.
talk about Bruno.
We don't talk about Prune. No, no. Okay, so we choose 2 of these to resource.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to figure out. Alrighty. Cool.
I have the stream over here so I could see chat, but then I realized I could see your hand. I'm not looking at it, I promise.
No screen looking. That's a callback right there, right? Multiplayer, first person shooter.
You're ready?
I am.
All right. Well, as a trombone player, the first song I had to learn when I was a kid was the Imperial March. Bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, ba-dum. So I'm going to bring in an Imperial officer. This is Admiral Ozzel, who came out of Lightspeed too soon. He is overconfident. So I'm going to put him into play. So he has a 2 resource cost. He also has the red, which is on Vader. So again, we're not going to focus so much on that, but I just wanted people to know for deck building purposes. He is a 2/3, and he has an action. So actually, I said there aren't a lot of cards, and we see one immediately. So I can exhaust him if he was readied to play an Imperial unit from my hand, paying its cost, but it comes in play ready. But then also, since I signal to you that I'm going to do something, you can ready a unit. So
Gotcha. Alrighty. So I'm going to go ahead and exhaust 2 to play Miss Leia Organa. When played, either ready a resource or exhaust a unit. We're going to go ahead and ready this resource.
nice. And of note, my Admiral Ozzel card says each opponent may ready a unit, so the game will support multiplayer right from the beginning if people choose to play it.
Oh, how does multiplayer work? Have you done anything with the multiplayer? Like with the 2-lane system, it feels kind of like it would be just 2-player.
Yeah, there is going to be a system. I don't think I haven't done anything with it, so I don't know.
Cool. Okay.
I don't even know if it's in the rules that we have so far.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the initiative, so I'm going to pass. I guess I'll put it
Alrighty.
over here. Just I passed.
I'm going to trigger Luke's action, so I'm going to spend this resource that I just readied to grab a shield token and attach it to Leia. So shield is effectively toughness. From champions, you block all the incoming damage of the next instance of damage. And then since you already claimed initiative, you passed. I get unlimited actions, but I'm pretty tapped out, so I'll end my turn as well.
All right. So we are going to draw 2 cards. And then we have the option to build one, which I would highly recommend.
This game is so hard because like when I'm building like cards, I have such like an emotional and nostalgic attachment to some. I was like, I don't want to bury Obi-Wan Kenobi, but it's like I'm not playing him for a long time. So might as well throw him down there. But it's like, no. I love the way resources work in this game. It seems so much more flexible than Magic or even Lorcana. 100% agree with you there, Daniel. Yeah, the fact that you get to draw 2 cards, you're going to see a lot of your deck as you go through the game, and you get to choose to resource any card in your hand. Like it, yeah. I think that right there is one of the simpler changes to like a standard trading card game that I've played before, but one that is so very welcome.
Draw 2 is so much better than people even like, because it sounds like, oh, you normally draw 1, so you draw 2. That's cool. And then you realize it's exactly what you just said. You see so much more of your deck. You do have a ready button over here. Just so you know.
Thank you. Yeah, that perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, no, it's great. And then, I mean, obviously being able to build any card, so it means if you draw a double of something that you can't play, or just something that you currently don't want to use, you have all that.
Also, just starting with two resources on the table, like it feels like you kind of kickstart. You don't have that first, second turn where you're kind of building and everything. If you start with 2 resources on the table, it's like, okay, we're in the midst of it. But then if you get that R2C3PO combo, yeah, Daniel, I got to run that at PAX when I played, where like C3PO, spoiler alert, if anyone's looking at the screen, I'm zoomed in. So you choose a number to look at the top card of your deck. If it's the chosen number, there you go. See no evil, hear no evil. You may reveal it. And then like, I think R2 allows you to look at the top card or something. So like you have this combo where you just have this card draw engine that you're just zoom. Alrighty. So you're up.
Okay, so I'm actually going to use Admiral Ozzel's action here, which says play an Imperial unit from your hand, paying its cost, so it's not free. I'm going to play this Super Laser Technician. Commence primary ignition.
Hey, it's Grandma Tala.
Sorry, there isn't flavor text, but I get to make it up.
Yeah, this is Grandma Tala from Lorcana, right?
Yep. So I
put on a spacesuit,
and it does allow you to then ready a unit, but neener.
Got him. Nice.
Yeah, and if he is defeated, he becomes a resource.
Yep. Perfect. Okay. So it is now my turn. I do have the shield, which is pretty nice, so I can start. And also something that we should note is that you can attack any unit on the field. They don't have to be exhausted or anything like that. So that's something that Lorcana has. You have to attack an exerted unit, but that's not the case in this game. I could run Leia right into this super laser technician if I wanted to. There's no requirement there. Okay, so I think what do we want to do with our lives? let's go ahead and let's have some fun. Let's throw 3PO out here. So when played / on attack, I can choose a number and look at the top card of my deck. If the cost is the chosen number, you can reveal and draw it. Otherwise, leave it on top of your deck. I'm gonna say, say, let's say 1. Let's hope. Okay, it is not. So it just goes, yeah, it just goes on the top of our deck. So, but because it was not, I don't have to reveal it. So, it could be anything. You just know it's not a 1-cost card.
There you go. All right. Well, at 3PO, we'll go down easy. So I will use my Super Laser Technician to pop this shield off of Leia. So I deal 2 damage to her, but the shield is the only thing that goes. She deals 2 damage back to my Technician. No! I needed him to be a resource.
And I do think that that is ready.
Did it say ready?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and ready it. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Alrighty. You've got that there. I'm going to go ahead and use Luke Exhaust to throw a shield on Mr. 3PO here. Now it's your go.
I will use Darth Vader Leader ability, which is hey one, exhaust it. I'm trying to remember because I'm not actually looking at it. You're looking at it. If you played a villain card this phase, deal 1 damage to a unit and 1 damage to a base. So I will deal 1 damage to Leia, and I will deal 1 damage to your base, Nelson.
See, I thought you were gonna go your base and
just... It might actually be each opponent base, and 1 damage.
I think it is base, to a base, yeah. Okay, so we got. We'll go ahead and throw 2 damage here, which is going to knock Miss Leia out. Oh, that you're still alive. You have 3 health.
Oh, I have 3. Oops.
Oop. Oh, the dice is under.
Yeah.
The joy of TTS.
Got it.
Are you counting?
I actually can't see those
health?
little numbers.
Okay. Are you counting remaining health or are you counting damage?
I am not. I'm dealing damage.
Okay. Flip that to 2 then.
Oh, you did too. Sorry. My bad.
No worries.
I am done, so I will pass and take the initiative.
Take the initiative. I am also done, so I will pass.
So we draw 2 cards. I always reiterate this because the first time people are playing, this is the hardest part to remember. It's like now is when we draw and build.
Yeah.
And that resource does come into play exhausted, which is the reason I put that unit exhausted, because I'm used to these. Because then immediately after you build a resource, you ready everything.
Oh my goodness, I love the ready button. Except for Luke. Luke also gets to stand up. I also just love the fact that we still have cards. Like, I feel like that's always my issue with like Lorcana is like I don't have any cards now. Let's play the game.
And you're never required. So at some point, whether it's when you get to 6 with Luke, like you can stop building so that then you're drawing 2 cards a turn to try to find those pieces you need to, dismantle what your opponent's trying to do or whatever.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, you've got a good spot on me here with that C-3PO that can just pop my nozzle. So, I think what I need to do is take advantage of that. So I will exhaust Ozzel to play Grand Moff Tarkin. I think you overestimate the chances. So I will. This card is actually really good. So I will search the top 5 cards of my deck for up to 2 Imperial cards, reveal them, and draw them.
Nice. And while you're doing that, Daniel, I love that the starter decks are actually really solid and give you a decent pool to start your collection from. I agree. Now, I haven't played anything outside of the starter decks, and so I'm not 100% sure if how much of like a a power boost there is outside of the starter decks, but they feel very synergistic. They feel very good when you're playing them. So feels like you do get a lot of decent cards to start building.
So there is a funny thing where then, all right, so the two cards I'm going to take are the Cell Block Guard, and I'm going to take another. Well, you know what? That's boring. That doesn't show off anything. I'm going to take a TIE Advanced instead, so we can have something in space.
Ooh. Alrighty. Some of the
And
cards
then I
FFG has
shuffle
revealed
these and put them
lately
up.
are wild. Yeah. Yeah. In the LCG Discord that we're in, we have a lot of the spoiler or that a lot of the spoilers are posted there. Spoilers, revealed cards, I guess is a better term. And some of them are insane. They look so much fun. I'm so pumped.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot baked into what they've got already. Like they're not starting you at base level, you know?
No. Okay, so it's me.
Yep.
Let's go ahead and the sequencing of these card games always hurts my head sometimes. It's like, okay, we're gonna use.
It's tough. Like it's what makes it fun in the long run, but it makes it tough at first.
Right. We're gonna go 2 to play Leia. So when played, we're gonna ready a resource here. Back to you. They have some really good cards, but decently constructed decks with all the cards available will still have a huge advantage over if you're playing a start. Yeah, totally. I feel like that's probably a strategic business idea behind some of these starter decks, right? But totally agree. So you're pinging me.
So I played a villainous character, so I exhausted my Vader leader, spent a resource, dealt a damage to Leia, and a damage to your base.
Okay. We are going to go ahead and use 1, 2, 3 to play the Fleet Lieutenant, who comes in exhausted. When played, you can attack with the unit. If it's a rebel unit, it gets +2, +0 for the attack. We're going to go ahead and throw CPO into Tarkin. That's going to knock my shield. And then on attack, I'm going to choose a number. You know what? Let's go 2. It is not. It's a 1. That's what
How do you
I
look
get.
at your top card? Are you just right-clicking?
If you go Alt-Shift, you can look at the back of a card. But it does tell you that you're doing that, so no cheating.
Okay, and then it shows you a little eyeball, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, shit.
Then also another TTS.
Oh, I just
hack.
cheated.
Oh,
I gotta shuffle my deck. I was just doing it to practice.
The another TTS hack is if you are searching, like you search the top 5 cards of your deck. If you right click, you can go to search, and like if you go 5, it'll show you the top 5 cards of your deck, and you can choose from that rather than like pulling them off your deck. It's a little bit easier.
Okay.
Yeah. Alrighty. So I think that was me.
I took initiative.
Oh, you took initiative? Alrighty.
Yep.
I don't really have much to do, so I will be 1 turn behind your initiative yet again. Okay.
All right. Draw 2.
Oh, wait, dang it. I shuffled.
We'll get better, folks. We'll get better. Oh, man. What do I need to do here? Many good cards. So the fun will really come next turn.
Uh-oh.
Because I have managed to ramp +1. So I will be at 7 resources, which is what Vader needs. And you'll be at 6 resources, which is what Luke needs.
Yep.
And so that will be a big turn. Oh, that's all I meant. It wasn't a threat.
This is where the fun begins.
All right, which way do I want to destroy you? It's so hard to decide.
So many options.
All right, well, let's keep going with Ozzel because you're giving me him all day, so I can do this all day. I'm gonna spend 3 after exhausting him, and I'm gonna play a cell block guard, which is readied. So the cell block guard has Sentinel, which is written on there, so people could probably see it. But as long as a unit with Sentinel is in an, is it if they're, it's always right, yeah. So you have to attack the Sentinel. You can't attack my base or the other characters unless they also had Sentinel.
In this arena. So if I did have a space over here, I could still attack the base, but like my fleet lieutenant has to run into the Sentinel before.
You got it.
Which is too bad. Alrighty. So what to do? What to do? I think we'll trade here. So fleet into Sentinel. So 3 to 3, 3 to 3. We'll just trade. And there you go.
Sounds good. And I guess what I will do is I will shut him up or shut him down. I'm going to play Open
Ooh.
Fire and deal 4 damage to a unit and take out C-3PO.
No. Okay. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and get Chewie out here. Ooh, jeez. So Chewie is a Sentinel unit, so we just saw that with the cell block guard. But it also has an additional ability that when this unit is attacked, we get to ready Chewie. He's a 3/6.
Yeah. Rough. These should all be exhausted. I don't know how they got unexhausted. Which makes that the end for me, so I didn't put the token out here, but I will take the initiative.
Trying to... We're gonna trade here.
Makes sense with me going first, because I can use the ability.
Okay, and then I am done as well, so I will pass.
All right. Draw up. And people might be thinking, oh, there's not a lot of space going on, but I think we're just interacting with each other. I mean, I have space cards in my hand. It's just a matter of, is it advantageous for me to go there?
Yeah, it almost feels like a tug of war situation. It's like the what is the it's like the Cold War, the front building. It's like, I'm not going to look at this arena, and we're just going to focus over here. But that's always the open threat that is available to us. I want an actual take the initiative event card, attack with the unit, then take the... Ooh, that'd be cool. That'd be really, really cool. There are a lot of levers that they can pull in this game. It's kind of like an additional pressure point. Yeah. I got in the trouble at Gen Con when I was playing, where I, built up this huge ground force. I had like I had like resourced all of my space cards, and then my opponent just started throwing space, and I was like, oh no, I don't know how to fix this.
Yeah, it's always there looming. Yeah, I think I'm going to use my epic action.
Woo!
And I am going to bring Father Vader into play.
Daddy Vader.
Here.
Oh, he's a 5. Yikes. Oh my goodness.
Yep. So do know, on attack, you may deal 2 damage to a unit. So that can be any unit in any arena.
Okay, that's good.
It is not specifically the unit you are attacking, but it also could be deal 2 damage to the unit you're attacking before you attack it. But you can't deal 2 damage to a unit that you're attacking, kill it, and then put your 5 somewhere else.
Yeah, that makes sense. Darth Daddy.
Probably wasn't worth going through the things you can't do.
Some of the big expensive space cards are insanely powerful. I've seen a couple of them. There's one, I think it's like, I saw it the other day, maybe 2 days ago, where it's like an 8 cost card, and when you come in, you can deal damage to it to heal from everything else. Like you can deal X damage to heal X damage from like your base or other units. Crazy. It would be an interesting point in the game when they actually release a leader that becomes a space unit rather than a ground unit. Yeah, that's something that I've been keeping my eye out on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we are. So, I guess question. This says exhaust an enemy unit. This is a leader unit. Would that work? Is that viable? Or does it have to be... I think I've seen cards that say non-leader unit.
Yeah, I think you're good, because that's what I was trying to go through in my head, but I'm pretty sure because it doesn't say non-leader unit.
Okay. Well, I'm okay showing you that then. So we're going to exhaust the enemy unit. We don't give a shield token to a friendly unit that costs 3 or less, because Chewie costs 5. But I feel like that's probably worth the 2 there.
All right. So what I will do is exhaust 4 of my precious resources.
Woo!
And I'm going to play the TIE Advance, which is Vader's ship.
Nice.
And this says give a friendly Imperial unit 2 experience tokens. So we haven't actually talked much about the art here, Nelson, which I think you and I really, really like a lot. I know there's been some people who haven't enjoyed it as much, but man, when I see a token card like that,
yeah,
that's a hard one to not like.
It's
an iconic moment.
Oh yeah. And what I'm thinking, and just like my speculation here, is that these experience and the shield tokens are actually the reverse side of some of the bases in the packs. So you're going to be getting these. They're not cards that take up a slot in the pack. But what that means is in future waves, we can get some of these with different art, and we can figure out exactly what art we want. Yeah. Yes, the unit side of a leader is a unit for all purposes. That's why they want to restrict in effect. They write non-leader unit. Awesome. Thank you so very much. Appreciate it. And now Vader is a very, very scary person. Okay, so that's fun.
Oh, yeah.
Yikes.
That's why we play the game.
This is exhausted. Correct?
Oh, that should be exhausted. Yeah.
All right. I'm over here like, where'd your leader go? I was like, oh yeah, he's here.
he's there. You'll feel his presence.
Yeah. Don't worry. I will feel. Okay. Let's go. Gosh, I hate it. Vader's so scary. And just, I'm going to look at this. So on attack, I can give another unit a shield token for Luke. So I think that we're going to use my epic action and bring Luke out now.
Oh, you've made me so happy. Because Luke, I am your father.
Ooh, you get... So this is the card that we were referencing earlier. Deal 7 damage to an enemy unit unless its controller says no. If they do, draw 3 cards. Oh. We're going to say no. We're going to say no. Draw those cards.
They did it well so that people can say no, or they can be more dramatic as I am and be like, no.
No.
Right? Whichever way. Imagine in a top level tournament, I probably wouldn't necessarily scream like that. But
oh, I should. I'm starting to see some of the sequencing things. Like I should have used Luke's action if I had a spoiler alert. I have rebel units in my hand, but I could have used that action to put the shield token on a card that I played and then readied him. That see, we're getting it. Yep. Get him to the dark side. They spoiled Luke
I didn't
Jedi
actually
unit
even
card.
think of it, or I would have said something just to see the interaction.
no, yeah, you're totally fine. They spoiled Luke Jedi unit card. Who knows how Vader unit card could? Oh yeah, that's cool. That's really cool.
I believe it's you because I was your father. You said no.
No. Okay, let's go ahead and we're going to attack your base here for 4, and we're gonna give a shield token that's experience to Chewy. Can you only have 1 shield token?
I keep stealing this. Oh, it says defeat a shield token on it. So
Okay, cool.
It's a good question. You asked me, do you know the rules? And I was like, yes, until we get to one like that.
Dude, there are so many rules in card games.
Ask me on March 9th and I'll know them all.
Yep, there you go.
I'll have to run all those events and then I'll know all those answers. But until then, I'm still learning like everybody else.
Nice. Awesome. So we got in the chat, and I apologize because I know I'm not pronouncing your name right, but Zytflo? No, you can have any number. It only removes 1 per instance of damage. So nice. Thank you so very much.
I took the initiative. I keep forgetting to put it back up here, but it's on my side.
Okay. Alrighty. So you've passed for the round.
I have passed.
All right. So we'll go ahead and throw 3 into your base here. We'll go 2 to play a restricted Arc 17. When this unit attacks, heal 1 damage from your base. We'll go 1 for a R2D2. Beep boop. When played, look at the top card of your deck. I can leave it on the top. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. I'm gonna throw that on the bottom. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. And that's me. So draw 2.
Yep. So yeah, we both have decisions to make. I have so many cards that I don't have a reason to not resource one. Looks like you're down to 2 cards.
I am down to 2 cards, yeah, and I'm gonna choose not to resource here.
Yeah, sorry, that wasn't a comment on gameplay, just a general idea for people.
Yeah. It's just cool that
thinking. So
yeah, and it's just cool that you have that option, right? Like,
yeah,
I don't have to resource, and now I went from 0 to 2 cards, 2 options in the hand. So,
all right, I do have the initiative. This is interesting. Oh man, Nelson.
Guarismo, I'm liking it. Not sure about a TCG again. Totally agree. And I think you joined a little bit after what Brant was saying. Brant, just talking about try the pre-release, the March 1st pre-release where you can play, and you really don't ever have to buy any more cards after that. But I think maybe with Stars Unlimited, I may play more heavily. But like with Lorcana, I enjoy the game. I like the game, but I think like I'm playing more draft and more sealed formats, which is just easier to not need to have those chase cards, not need to follow the meta, but you can spend $30 to $40 and have an entire night and play the game multiple times on that. I feel like that's kind of where I'm leaning towards with like Lorcana, but with Unlimited, I may break that. Draft would be great. You want to talk about draft, Brand? Do you know the draft rules?
I don't know the draft rules, but I don't know that they're much different from regular draft rules. I don't know how draft and sealed handle deck building. You had asked me that the other day before we started. But in terms of draft, it would be a certain number of packs. I'm going to guess 3? It's either 3 or 4.
My guess would be 4, right? Because there's 16 cards in a pack.
Right, so that gives you 64 to build a 40-card deck, but it could be 48, and then you build. I mean, the whole idea with Unlimited is that any card can go in your deck. So it's just a matter of you have to pay more for cards, so you could kind of bad draft if you don't get a base. But since there's a base and a leader in every pack, you have your option at that. When you ask me about draft rules, that's what I don't know how they handle the base and the leader. They may say, open a pack, take the base and leader out, set them aside. so that you don't have to draft a base and a leader, because
That
otherwise
that could be really
you'd be stuck
interesting. If you have
if you
like
ended up not
all of your
drafting a
bases and
base.
leaders set aside until after the draft, and then you go through and draft your leader after you've seen the deck. I feel like that would probably be, if that's not the way that
Yeah.
they're doing it, that would be a fun way to play it so that you don't have to commit that early, because that's one of the things you don't want to do is commit early in a draft to a specific strategy. So
Right.
nice.
So that would be the thing. Generally, if people are wondering about draft, it's you open a single pack that's in front of you, you pull a card, you pass to the left, the pack comes to you, and you keep going till all the cards are out. Open the next pack, go to the right, the right, until all the packs are gone. That's the general idea. And then you sit and build a deck out of the cards you drafted. But how it's going to work based on distribution in a pack and based off of this game, I don't know exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing I would always tell people with a TCG is that if you very much have a collector or gambling mentality, then yes, I can understand stay away. But if you're just worried about I need to collect everything to play, it's absolutely not true. You can collect very little. I still play Lorcana with mostly set 1 decks, and it's fine.
Nice. Good.
Even though set 2 came out, you know? Oh, we hemmed and hawed forever so that I could make my decision. I am going to
We got
attack
Sentinel here.
Luke.
We got Sentinel.
Right. All right, so I will attack Chewbacca, which will pop the shield because before I attack, I deal 2.
Oh,
And then I will
nice.
attack him for 7, and he deals 3 back to me.
Yep. Oh, I forgot about the deal too. I was like, I got this little engine going. We're just gonna protect Chewie. We're gonna run at the base. Ah, I forgot about that. Nice. So you are at
No, Vader
10
is
health.
not one to be missed with.
That's true. Don't love that, honestly. You probably set aside all leaders and bases from your draft boosters, then draft all the other cards and choose between your set aside leaders. That makes a lot of sense. I think that would be a really cool way to do it. Andrew, you can use any base or leader in draft, and stores will have a supply in hand for play. Oh, that's another cool, because I wonder how many. It's almost like the land station for Magic, where it's like you don't draft your lands, you just go get however many lands you need because they're going to be so plentiful.
That's
like
how we
that.
did it for
That's cool.
Universus until the most recent sets for My Hero Academia. We did it that I play a lot of card games. But now they started putting a character in every pack. They have a character slot in the pack. They added an extra card, so now we don't do it. So I don't know, because there's a character coming in every pack, they may not require the stores to, provide those for people. Or whatever.
So many
I mean, a store
cards.
can do whatever they want. People.
Right. You have too many cards. I don't like that. I should. Well, I mean, like I still like my idea of saying no, but no. They did a live stream about it a few weeks ago. Oh, perfect. Okay, so there's your answer. Thanks, Andrew. I appreciate it. Nice.
Yeah, like I said, I'll catch up. March 9th, I will be a great source of knowledge because I'll have to run everything then. Until that, I'm just casually enjoying and learning like everyone else.
We are going to put you at 7. Yeah. We're going to attack Vader here. Oh, wait, no, you have experience. Hold on. You're not at 5. You're at 7. No, no. Oh. We'll throw 4 at your base. And we're going to drop
sound so whiny.
I'm just role-playing Luke at this point. If you want a whole bunch of content on Star Wars Unlimited, GarbageRollers.com is a great resource. Oh, sweet. Hey, Fodder, how's it going? Interesting. Garbage Rollers. I'll have to check that out. So, never mind. I'll ask. Let's play the game. I feel like we keep getting sidetracked, but I do have a question for you later. Remind me. Okay, go for it.
I did. I attacked with my TIE Advance on your base and dealt 3 damage.
Sweet. I like it. Well, I mean, not really, but. Sequencing. Let's go. Trying to figure out. Nah, we'll I'll trade my shield for your unit here, and then I get to
Good.
heal one from my base.
Nice. All right. Well, let's go with unlimited power, and I'm gonna play Emperor
No.
Palpatine.
Oh. Oh, geez.
That was not a
You'll
good impression of Emperor Palpatine on my part, but
Oh
he is
no.
a
Six.
6/6 with Overwhelm. So Overwhelm is kind of like Overkill, so the damage will go through to the base.
Ugh.
And then when played, deal 6 damage divided as you will amongst units. So I will put 3 on Luke, and I'm actually going to put the 3 on your ship up here and destroy it.
No. Oh no.
Yeah, the Vader Palpatine 1-2 punch is rough.
Yeah.
It's a lot of just free damage.
Don't love the free damage there. Hmm. Oh, they're your gaming group here in Texas, and I've been writing articles and posting lots of games with proxy. Oh, very cool. Nice. That's awesome. Oh
Yeah,
no.
yeah. As much knowledge as I have, which might be more than Nelson, I do not have nearly the knowledge that some of the channels that are dedicated to this game have. So by all means, find those sources, let people know. Let's build up the game.
We're gonna go one on your base here, and I get to look at the top card of this deck. Oof. Oof. And that's you then.
I'm gonna take the initiative for the next round.
Alrighty. We're gonna spend 2 to drop 3PO. I'm gonna say 4.
Oh.
Wait.
Did you put something back in the wrong spot, or
I
did you
think
read
so.
the health?
I wonder. Oh, does this look at? This looks at the bottom card of the deck, not the top card.
You can take the R2 or the other one. It's fine.
That's really funny. I guess this was the actual top card of my deck. So that's good to know. Alt Shift looks at the bottom card of your deck, not the. Yeah. Okay. That makes more sense. I was like, I don't think I shuffled earlier. Well, okay. So that changes. That changes a good little bit there. I guess we will go 2 to drop Leia, and nothing really to do there. Then poor R2. I was really excited because I had the what is that guy? He has Sentinel. He's like a 4/7, and he costs 4. I was like, okay, we're getting better. We got this. And then nope, it did not work. So that is me.
All right, we are drawing. We are building.
I'm not going to. I'm not going to build.
And I am at a reasonable 9 resources here.
Yeah, and 600 cards in your hand. It's Xclash. I got to play this game at PAX Unplugged. I enjoyed this a lot, despite not being the biggest Star Wars fan. Not sure I'll be able to spend more money on another card game. Yeah, nope, that's totally fair. I'm glad to hear that you enjoyed it, even though Star Wars is not maybe your favorite thing in the world. But that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, card games are just so fun because of just the variety.
Ooh.
I'm gonna open fire and
Ooh.
deal 4 damage.
Ooh. Oh, that's 1, and exhausted. Oh.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, this is a tough pairing right here. Oh.
Okay. 10 damage.
I closed that chat, but if I was good, I could be looking at the chat while you're taking your turn. But it was hard to read the chat on my phone, and then I could see your cards, so it just didn't seem conducive.
Adam asked Brant, are you going to the Level Up retreat in February? It was nice meeting you this summer at the last one. Wouldn't mind getting some Marvel Champions in during the retreat.
I will not be at the Level Up retreat. They bounced from Connecticut to New Jersey, and just going through New York City adds a lot of travel time.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
Connecticut's like northeast of New York City, and New Jersey's southwest, so it's straight through. But I do remember meeting you, Adam. That was awesome.
I'm doing math. I'm like, okay, what does it take to just...
What do I have to add up to get to 10 damage on Vader?
Yeah, it's either that or is that damage better spent just throwing at your base? Are you going to outrush me on the base damage now? I mean, you're attacking for, 13 each round? So it's 2 rounds to my base, and I'm done. And so, can I beat that? I don't think I can, because you're at 18. 3, 7, 9. I don't think so. I don't like it. I don't like it. All right, we're gonna go 3 for the Fleet Lieutenant. When played, you can attack with a unit. If it's a Rebel unit, it gets +2 +0. We're gonna take Leia. I don't like Emperor Palpatine at all. Overwhelmed, but I also don't like Vader. Let's throw into Palp.
Yeah.
That's 4.
It's 4, correct?
Yep. I'm in New York, Westchester County, so I'm between both states. Oh, nice.
Yeah. All right. I know my family, we're going to go down to New York City on the 22nd. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's going to be a nightmare. It's like we're going with the cousins and everything, so it's a fun day. All right, I'm going to give Vader his lightsaber.
Oh no!
When you attack or when played, if attached to Darth Vader, deal 4 damage to a ground unit. So I will take out, which one looks at the top of your deck? I will take out R2-D2. And now Vader has another health and 3 more damage.
Boo! Everyone boo that man. Okay, so
This is tricky to stack this on TTS. I'll try to do a little better here.
Is there a just spot removal? Can I just say no and just cancel? I played Dark Hole. Wipe the field. Yikes. Alrighty then. So you are swinging for 5, 6, 7, 10. I don't think there's much
Some days it works out well.
R2's back.
There you go.
We're gonna look at the top
card.
You
drew another one.
Alrighty, go for it.
All right, I will swing.
Poor R2 being bullied by Vader. Yeah, Vader would never do that.
I'll swing for 6 here.
Where at? Sorry.
I just hit your base. I did it.
Okay, nice. There's a mod on TTS. Yes, there is. I think there are actually a couple of them on TTS. So, Jasco, you can hop on and play. There's several, actually.
But man, I can't wait to get real cards, Nelson, because shuffling and playing with real cards is where it's at.
100%. I didn't even look at the cost of that card. Okay. I just did it. I was like, okay. I
guess I should have taken out 3PO because that gives you card draw.
We're going to spend 1 to play Resilient on 3PO.
Is that +1/+1?
No, it's +0 +3.
+1/+3. All right. I will have Vader attack your base and deal 2 damage to this fleet lieutenant. That is a big swing of 10.
Oh, there's also an online website to try decks against an AI. That's cool. Gurismo, do we know about the
Nice.
format of booster packs? Number of cards, each rarity? Yes, 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 we do. There are 16 cards in a pack. There are, I think, 2 rare / legendary cards, 13 normal cards, 1 hollow card, and then a leader unit. Or a leader and a base. Or some the makeup is somewhere in there.
Yeah, you you went over on cards, but
Yeah.
of those cards, one could be hollow. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then what I do like about it is that they do have alternate art and all of this, but they're not mechanically different. They are just kind of um they look prettier. The craziest thing, like this has some of the like wildest pull rates because they have like frame break cards, which are you get 2 in every 3 packs, but then they have like the alternate art leader cards, which is 1 in every 288 packs. Like that's insane to me. Like
Yeah, that's a lot.
this looks like Star Wars: The Deck Building Game is the light version of this, kind of. I think they. I mean, like
They're
they
not
have
really
like
comparable other than cards
yeah, yeah, and I think
because you don't really
the
attack.
starter
You
decks.
play your cards directly from your hand. There's a lot more
Yeah,
tactics here, you know.
yeah, and I think that this looks more like the deck building game, considering we're playing like light side versus dark side, which is not a
Mm.
requirement in the or it's not a requirement in this game. You can play Luke v Luke if you wanted to. I could post a
Mhm.
link, but it's just better to search for Force Table. Then you don't have. Oh, okay, Force Table, sweet. Not a fan of TCGs. Is there a card count of how many cards will be in the initial pool? They are doing 3 releases a year rather than like the standard 4 releases a year, and I think they are doing that
Mhm.
in their larger card pools. I think it's about 250 cards in a pool, rather than I think a normal TCG is
Yeah.
around
For some
180,
reason, 260 something jumps in my head, but
260.
256 would make sense, like in terms of sheets and stuff.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I hit your base for 10, so it's all you.
Yeah. It's fine. We're gonna hit Palps for 1. We're gonna
So
name
I'm just going to take
1.
initiative here. Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine.
I'm going to take the initiative here. Although now that I see you drew that repair,
I'm going to repair. Woohoo!
no.
Ugh. Alrighty, that's me. 252, you
Not
believe?
sure
Okay,
the
thanks, Daniel.
force is
Yeah.
with you too strongly
No.
today. There.
No, it's not great. This is the one that I was expecting, or that I thought I was about to draw. Which I don't know if that would have actually helped. For some reason, I thought that they had Sentinel. So we're ready. 252, not counting foils, extended art, or alternate art cards. Got it. Okay, that makes sense. So 252 unique cards.
252. Okay, got it. I will swing for 6 on your base.
I should have thrown 1 damage over here, but I think that's game right there because I don't have anything. Because you know what, we'll make Vader hurt a little bit. We're gonna play attack with unit. It gets +3/+0. I'm gonna throw 6 more damage.
Now I have to use one of these dice. And I will swing with Vader. Man, it was a day for Vader.
-3. Why do you have to go minus? Come on, that's mean.
Oh, it works.
Oh, nice, nice, nice. Oof. Alrighty. Oh, nice. I love this game. This game is so much fun. It's so tense. I like it.
It's thematic too, like especially these card games which don't always come across. Like at first it's really going to bother people that they can have multiple of a character out, but
Yeah.
other than that, you know, there's just so much like the way the cards work. I mean, that I Am Your Father card is so fun because it's so flavorful, you know?
It's so good. Yeah. Would you have, so curious after the fact, would you have let you draw those cards, or would you have just killed off Luke?
I would have let me draw. I think you needed Luke for board.
Yeah.
You were right. It was tough. I didn't even parse it all out. Like The Chewie with Sentinel made sense, but then the Vader who counters the shield is where
Right.
it all fell apart.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Like,
Yeah, and I thought that I had a little engine going there. I was like, I think I can outlast this, and so yeah, no, that was good. But I mean, 3 cards just gives you so many options and so much flexibility on what you can do. Ooh. The dark side wins, creating another timeline in the multiverse. So true. Alrighty, so we're gonna play another.
We're in the alternate universe where the rebels won.
Yeah. There's the subreddit The Empire Did Nothing Wrong. Have you ever seen that? It's just like all of these like people posting. It's like, this is really what the Empire is. Those rebels that were the ones who messed everything up. We just wanted peace and order for the galaxy. It's a
Right.
fun subreddit. Alrighty, want to run another game? I'm gonna, I think, take a little break from the stream because I'm gonna go get a refill on my coffee. But are you down for another one?
I'm totally down for another one. Yeah.
Sweet. Alrighty, I'm gonna go to the Be Right Back screen. We're going to come back, play some of Brant's built decks, and hopefully, are they both light side, or are they both they split light side dark side again?
Light side, dark side, split again.
Alrighty. Well, we'll see if the rebels can pull it out this time. Alrighty, we'll see you soon. And we are back with another game. We are going to be taking on another Star Wars Unlimited game with Brant from Step Into the Portal. You built us 2 new decks. Can you tell us about the deck?
Yeah, so first things like I built these decks, which they're totally built, but I just want people to know I just to show like again to that casual, it's a 50 card deck. You can have 3 copies of a card. So I took 17 cards, 3 copies of each, and omitted 1 card. So like it was really easy to just make a deck. You know what I mean?
Nice.
Now you could definitely make better decks than these, but my idea was to show people that because sometimes the deck building can be tricky. Now you've got a lot of card gamers on the channel, so they're probably some of them are like, no, I really want to get into the deck building, but I made them on the simpler end. So we have a Grand Moff Tarkin deck over here. So Tarkin is pretty cool because he gives experience tokens to units, to Imperial units.
Okay. Okay.
For a cost of 1. So you can pump up your units, and then he's just got the command center here, part of the Death Star, 30 health. And then I think this deck is all... Oh, man, people are going to know. This is command. Yeah. So green is command. So this is going to be all command and villainy cards. And I also may have made a mistake. We may come across a card that was incorrectly in it. I mean, I don't think I did because I did check over. But if I made a mistake somewhere... I mean, again, it's unlimited. You can put any card, but bear with me if there accidentally is a card or whatever.
Yeah.
We can
And
discard.
before we go over to that one, I want to check to see our unit, which comes out at 5, which is less than Luke at 6 and Vader at 7. And then Grand Moff Tarkin comes out. He's a 2/7 on attack. You can give an experience token to another Imperial unit. I like it. Excellent. Sweet. And then Daniel, people keep saying Sabine is crazy strong. So what's I love that art.
Yeah, she's got great art, and she does seem very strong, especially if you like the rush style. So she deals 1 damage to each base. So in multiplayer, that would be all bases. In 2-player, that would also deal a damage to your base. So she's kind of reckless. But she comes out at 4.
Comes out at 4?
So she's very early. Yep. On the other side, she's a 2/5, and she deals 1 damage to each enemy base. So she does change that ability on the other side. She gets less reckless when she becomes a leader.
Interesting.
And then I decided to include one of these. So she is in red, which I think is just aggression. Oh, the card is called aggression. I'm so sorry. I should have looked up the cards, the colors.
No, you're totally fine.
Again, I'm going to stand with my March 9th. If I don't know something March 9th, then I'll feel bad. Right now, I'm learning like everyone.
Right.
It gives me a lot of leeway here. I put in Jeddah City just to show that there are bases that don't have 30 health. So hers starts with 25, and she has the epic action to make a non-leader unit -4 attack, -0 defense for this phase.
Nice.
So you can slow down your opponent or find a piece that's going to kill your units and slow it down. And you might say, Brant, well, that's kind of crazy. She's going to start with 25, and she's going to deal damage to her own base. Hey, she's coming in fast. So that's the idea.
Coming in fast.
So those are the 2 decks. It is your choice.
So I played light side last game, so we're gonna try the evil side over here.
All right.
Also, we got FFG. Where's my General Jar Jar leader card? Oh my goodness, I'd love a Jar Jar. Jar Jar Sith Lord. I hope that'd be a funny joke card. Yeah, that'd be a funny joke card there. I love a Mandalorian themed deck with a Boba Fett leader. They have. I think there is a Boba Fett leader. I think I've seen one. I think there is one. Wait, no, I'm gonna roll green now.
No, you don't have to roll. So in a best of 3 match, the player who loses the previous game gets to go first the next game. So we'll just have you go first.
Easy
we won't
enough.
Get to play a best of 3. I think we don't have time for that, but at least we can show.
Well, we may. It depends on if you win or not.
Oh, gotcha. The pressure's on me, huh?
Ooh, a lot of green cards.
All right.
This game would be a 3-game matches with 10-card sideboard. Oh, okay.
10-card sideboard. Yep.
That makes sense.
So there's so much more. Everybody, Like the video if you're on YouTube. I don't know what the equivalent is on Twitch, but heart it, thumb it up, subscribe, all those things, because Nelson said if this video is popular, he'll allow me to come back again so we can do some sealed play. So you want to give this as many, call your grandma, teach her what Twitch is, get her on there. Everybody follow, like, subscribe, thumb it up. I want to come back and play again. Actually, the first stipulation is I had to behave, which I think I've done pretty well. And then the second one is it has to be popular. So.
Oh my goodness. Yes, yes, yes. I'm gonna mulligan. I think that this is honestly not a oh, what did I do with my hand? I don't think that this is a awful hand, but I'm also come on, flip. What am I doing with but I also just kind of want to see what's going on. I had a couple of ramp cards, but nothing to really ramp into. Is Thrawn a leader? Yes, Grand Admiral Thrawn is a leader as well. I don't remember exactly what he does. But yeah. Thrawn's out there. Alrighty. Excellent. I don't think I like my mulligan.
No. Let's take another one.
Nah, we're good.
Here's Thrawn.
Oh, sweet. Okay, so Thrawn, when the action phase starts, look at the top card of each player's deck. Okay. Action, reveal the top card of any player's deck. Exhaust a unit that is the same cost or less than the real card. Nice. Okay, and then, Grand Admiral Thrawn, 3/9. Look at the top card on attack. Reveal the top card. Exhaust the unit. Okay, yeah, that's cool. That's cool. He just wins. Nelson over here doing card tricks. Yeah, I'm doing all my card flourishes and everything.
That's true.
Okay.
You are first. You're winning already.
I'm winning already. You know what the very
25.
sad, this very, very sad thing about this is I'm claiming initiative. I did not have a good mulligan.
Oh, no. Well, I will deal a damage to each of our bases. And then I will play a green squadron A-wing.
Gets +2/+0 while attacking. Alrighty.
All right.
I'm also Buddy the Brand and like the stream here. Yes, thank you. Yes, more. And then Brant may get to come back. It'll be a good time.
We'll see. Time will tell. Oh no, the good time will definitely be true. And I'm hoping it's not my deck building gave you a bad.
Well,
there.
No, you're good. I had I think 3 of the. Actually, I probably can just look at the bottom card of the deck. No, it was 3 of the the Grammatala version of this, where when defeated they go in. But I didn't have anything to ramp to, and then I mulliganed into everything that I'm supposed to ramp into.
Got it.
They also did some cool thematic things. All of Saw Gerrera Rebel cards are rebels, but not her. Oh, that's cool. I like that a lot. That's really fun. We're gonna resource this card. Do you have to show what card you resource, or is that private knowledge?
I think it's private. I'm certain it's private. Somebody in the chat's gonna say correctly.
Yeah.
But I only remember doing that because you have to show in Lorcana that it is inkable.
Okay, cool.
Every other game I played with the face down resources, you never show because you don't want to tip your deck, tip your hand, you know.
Yep. And we do have confirmation from the chat that it is private. Thank you so very much, y'all.
Yeah, I was pretty sure. Yeah, even you can only attack a unit that's exhausted. Like there's another game that does that, but Lorcana is really the only one that I think of.
Alrighty, so yeah, because there's a difference between inkable and non-inkable cards in Lorcana. So we're gonna throw Emperor's Royal Guard out there. While you control an official unit, this card gains Sentinel, meaning that you have to attack it before anybody else or your base. While you control Emperor Palpatine as a leader or a unit, this card gets +0/+1. I do like that, as like if you have him as a leader or a unit, it works. That's cool. Okay.
Yeah, and that's like Yeah, a 3/5 Sentinel for 3 if you have Palpatine, it's pretty. I mean, it's playable with Tarkin, right? But like then you put it here,
Yep.
it's pretty awesome.
Yep.
So,
Alrighty,
card.
Gurisma, see you around. Have a good one. In Lorcana, you have to reveal to prove you're not cheating. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I figured, but here. All right, so we're going to do a Fleet Lieutenant. You forced my hand because I can't go through here. So when played, you may attack with a unit. If it's a rebel, it gets +2/+0. So I'm going to attack with this Green Squadron A-Wing, which gets +2/+0 from the Lieutenant and +2/+0 while attacking. So I'm going to deal a Mega 5 to your base.
Woo! Alrighty, we're tied up. I'm going to claim.
All right, and then I will use Sabine and deal a damage to each base.
Sabine's interesting. I like that. It's a fun little, like, okay, I have the upper hand, so I don't mind dealing damage here. That's cool.
Yeah, no, it's great. And she's very like reckless. That's her character, you know.
Yep. Sabine is mega aggro. Absolutely. Did you watch Ahsoka? Did you like Ahsoka?
I did. I watched it. I definitely like it. I mean, the character is just one of the best characters in all of Star Wars. She's the most underrated character in all of Star Wars, hands down.
Ahsoka?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess Boba Fett, until he had like a show, was almost the most overrated character, even though he's fantastic. Because he was in such little of the trilogy. But he
14
was
whole
so
seconds
famous.
of screen time.
So much more. There's so much lore around him, but he's a fantastic character. But Ahsoka is the one who's appeared the most in things, and I just think she's one of the best characters. I mean, the show definitely left some. There could be some better things. It's very sad that they're going to be missing that. What was his name? Ray, the actor that passed away after filming.
Yeah. I'm drawing a blank on it right now. Ahsoka's fantastic. She has the most character growth over all the series. Yep. Starting with the Clone Wars series. I mean, Filoni knows how to develop a character, and I think Ahsoka. Oof.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely one of the issues that people have with even Luke, right? Or then the way Luke did form, like, and change.
Yeah.
And she's just been one of those characters that changed exactly the way you want, even in the face of adversity and massive catastrophe, right?
Right. Ray Stevenson. Yes, thank you, Daniel. Yes.
Ray Stevenson. This is why we have chat. We don't have to answer any questions.
Oh, you already did your ready and everything. I'm falling behind. Hey, woohoo! Playable cards. Let's go.
Well, I'm playing aggression, so I'm like, go.
Interesting. Alrighty. Oh, sweet. Agent Callus. That's fun. I think that Clone Wars is some of the best Star Wars TV out there. I love Clone Wars. I love Rebels as well, just those animated series. But Clone Wars did more for the prequel trilogy to kind of describe and explain Vader / Anakin's backstory. That it was so good, so good. And we're ready. I have the initiative.
I have you now.
Exactly. I'm gonna go math. Do the math. Think about the math. We'll go 4 here for the TIE Advance. Give 2 experience to another Imperial. And this is an Imperial here. There we go.
All right. I will attack your base with my Green Squadron A-Wing. +2, so 3 damage.
3 damage. I'm so glad they came back and added a season 7 to properly close out the series. Yeah, no, the season 7 of Clone Wars. So without spoiling anything, my favorite thing that they've done with season 7 is the last couple episodes of season 7 run parallel to episode 3. like the movie Revenge of the Sith, Return of the Sith. But like that I love that parallel storyline. Like, have you read Ender's Game?
Yeah.
Ender's Game is a good book, but then they have a book that tells the story of Ender's Game from a different character.
Got it.
It is me, correct? Yeah.
Mhm.
We'll go ahead and throw 3 here. Ender's Game is a classic. Yeah. So Atkinson, have you read Ender's Shadow or like the Shadow series? And I liked Rebels a ton. Clone Wars was kind of hit or miss for me. Oh, interesting. I think I hear that more from a like the opposite. I feel like Rebels is more hit or miss for a lot of people, and people really like Clone Wars. So I liked both of them. I thought they were both fantastic. So you got the Rogue Operative.
Yeah, so he has Saboteur, which gets around Sentinel.
Dislike.
You got a little bit of a rock, paper, scissors.
Yep.
I guess it's not really rock, paper, scissors because there's only 2 things.
I'll go ahead and
Like
claim here.
All right. Guta guta solo. We'll play the 3/1 Greedo. When defeated, discard a card from your deck. It's a unit, deal 2 damage to a ground unit.
This deck is quick. It's scary.
It's true. I will deal a damage to each base. And then the question is, do I bring in Sabine? She can already come in, but I think I actually wait because of your unit here that can just eliminate her with the initiative. And this has 6 health, right?
Correct, yes.
Yep. So I will not bring in... Oh, hold on. Oh, so close. Because I have this epic action here on Jedha.
And for this phase, is that this turn, or like that's until both players pass? That's what the phase is?
Mm-hmm.
It's effectively around.
Yeah.
Cool. Nice.
Yeah, what will I do? What will I do? Let's do it. I'm going to use my epic action. We're rush, right? All gas, no break. I'm going to give this unit -4 attack. Then I'm going to use my epic action to bring in Sabine.
Okay.
And she is ready because she's a leader. And I'm going to attack here for 2. When I attack, I deal a damage to an enemy base.
Alrighty.
And I take 3, 4, 5. -4 is 1, so she takes 1.
There you go.
All right. And we build.
I don't like how fast
Yeah,
this is happening.
Yeah, it's a fast deck. It's interesting though, like having played a lot of card games, and Lorcana I consider, it's pretty easy. I find when I teach people half a game through, almost everybody's like, I got it.
Right.
And all card games have their handful of interaction questions, but for the most part, the structure's there. This one's close. Like this one, the first game, you get it, but you feel like you missed. It's kind of like the math that you said, or the tactics of timing. That's the hard part. You kick yourself over things, But this one feels like it's in less than 5 games that you're like in. Something like My Hero Academia, which is one of my favorites ever. It's a solid 10 games till you're like, okay, I know what's going on.
Right.
It's one of the harder ones to learn for sure.
I got 6. I also, when played, we control gain Sentinel, but you ignore Sentinel from the Rogue Operative, the Saboteur. Got Sabine attacking there.
And I apologize. This looks like it may be female, and I think I said he. Or just they.
They, yeah. Okay, let's go 3. All right, let's go 5. We're gonna play Agent Callus. Agent Callus is ambush, so after you play this unit, he may ready and attack an enemy unit. So we're gonna ready, and then when another unique unit is defeated, you can draw a card. So we'll go ahead and go 2 here, or I'll take 2, and then that is lethal there. And is that considered defeating a unit, even though it's a leader and it stays in play, kind of?
Absolutely, because she is a unit. She's a unit leader.
Okay. So I get to draw a card. This deck is really interesting. Like with all the experience stuff. It's kind of fun. Big thing with this game is you typically want to use all your units as soon as possible because they aren't likely sticking around. So initiative matters a lot for the big play right away. I find it interesting FFG releases a Star Wars deck builder while working on Star Wars Unlimited. I wonder what they're thinking on that. Tide fans over until Unlimited comes out. Another demographic. I do think that they are very different games. They hit different demographics and everything.
Yeah, I mean, I think part of it was Caleb just came up with something for Star Wars, and then they ran with it. I think was.
Yep.
I don't think they were intended to cross over, and probably some benefit of like, hey, we've got a Star Wars card game, and people play that. Even say somebody with kids, maybe late single digits, 7, 8, 9, and then all of a sudden by the time this game comes out, oh look, we're 10, 11, 12, or whatever,
Right.
Works out pretty well for them.
So I got 5. Yeah, I'm trying to stop your little rush game over here. It's,
Yeah, the nice part when you can play Rush and you can give your opponent only bad decisions, right? You have to pick, are you going to come after which one of these, and either one will kill you,
Right. And I don't have the, you still have your resources up here. So it's like I can throw, I guess, 8 at your base, but then you throw 5.
You can bring
back.
Tarkin.
I can bring Tarkin out.
I'm not saying that's your best move, but just
but I appreciate that because I for some reason I had in my mind that I needed 6, and that's not the case. You know what? We're gonna go 5 on the base here.
Okay. All right. Well, I will swing with my rogue operative with Saboteur, so I will ignore Sentinel and defeat Defender's shield. So this is kind of like piercing, right?
Yeah.
And it's +2, so I will attack for 4.
Oh yeah, I
Sorry,
forgot
that was
the
fun.
raids. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll go 3 here. You have 1.
Yep. Okay. Let's go. What do we want to do? Everybody's favorite droid, I think, is K2SO.
K2SO. Overwhelm.
He's a 4/4 with Overwhelm, and when he's defeated, I can either deal 3 damage to your base, or I can make you discard a card from your hand.
Ooh. Yikes. Alrighty.
Yeah.
Let's bring. Nope, that's not the right button. Let's bring Tarkin out here.
You're getting there.
Yeah. So on attack, you can give an experience token to another Imperial unit. K2SO is my favorite droid. Haha. Now I want a Chief Chirpa Ewok leader card that comes out at 2 resources. That'd be sick.
And Greedo will attack for 3.
Greedo's attacking for 3.
Oh, he can't. Greedo is going to kill your guard. Sorry about that.
And then
Your
Greedo,
sentinel. Sorry, there's no guard in this game.
Greedo triggers, right?
Oh, yeah, thank you. Discard a card from the top of my deck. It is a unit, so I can deal 2 damage, I believe, to a unit. A ground unit.
If it's not a unit.
Oh, is it if it's not a unit?
Yeah. If it's
Oh, because
not
he
a
hits. Right, because he misses.
Okay, so you have 4, 8. Sabine is 9. We're looking at a 4 overwhelm.
I apologize, I have to respond to something on my phone.
Yeah, no, you're totally fine. Greedo has to attack the Royal Guard because it's... Oh, yeah, thank you. We're at 17. 4, 7, 11. Not enough.
It's my mother-in-law.
Let's throw 2 at your base here, and we're gonna give a experience token to... Oh no, our tie over here. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Did you? So I can pass, right? You didn't pass yet.
Nope, not yet.
I will take the initiative.
Okay, and then I will pass. That Royal Guard card would be awesome in a Palpatine leader deck. Yeah. Alrighty. Whew.
All right. Oh, here we go.
Oh.
With one of the stronger cards in the game, I'm pretty sure, which is Surprise Strike.
Oh,
so Surprise Strike is attack with a unit and it gets +3. So I will attack with KSO for 7.
Oh.
That card
No.
is really powerful for 2.
Alrighty, so we're gonna attack here, I guess. Try and stall. And that's non-unique, so I don't get to draw.
I will deal a damage to each base.
Uh-oh. I don't like where this is headed. Let's go 1, 2, 3. And get a sentinel out here. Just maybe that can slow down something. If you have ambush. Well, ambush only attacks a unit, right? You can't attack a base.
Yes, that is a key. Ambush is units only, not bases.
Okay, that's good to know.
I will argue this, though.
Thank you. Yes.
I will pay 2 for Leia. I will not ready a resource. I will exhaust Tarkin.
Okay. We'll spend 1 to play tactical advantage to give +2/+2 to our tie advance here. I'm just gonna set that out there so I remember, because I will forget.
Yeah, no problem. I will claim the initiative. I'm just gonna flip it upside down to remind me I did it.
Cool. Spend 1 to do the same thing.
Nice.
So we got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which we'll throw at your base.
Oof.
I think it's a little bit too little, too late. Yeah. I don't have anything. Well, no, K2SO has to go into the Sentinel. Alrighty. So yeah, that's me then. These are gone.
Draw 2. I will not build.
I won't build either.
All right. Well, sadly, it's another surprise
No!
strike. Did K2SO through the cell block guard
No.
and 4 overwhelm into your base. You
Ouch.
can have -1.
Dang. Nice. Okay. Yeah.
That's how aggression goes.
That's how aggression goes. It was closer than I was expecting it to be, which is kind of fun. Yeah, I had 2 of these guys. So give 3 experience. I was hoping to just beef up our trooper here, and so that would be lethal if I could play. I was 2 turns away from lethal, but this surprise strike got me. Nice.
Yeah,
Rebel Scum.
Really good card.
Nice. Yeah, especially
yeah,
with
a lot
the overwhelm.
of these games. A lot of these games, the initial meta will be rush, and everybody will be like, "How do you slow this down?" And then people learn like massive control.
Yep.
And which is what your deck is somewhat trying to do. Just play the slow game, build everything up, put lots of sentinels out, and then you see that take over. People are like, "Oh, they are such slow, boring." I mean, Lorcana went through this too, And then it's all those and then somebody figures out like a modified rush that can deal with those cards and cancel the right things, and then somebody finds a modified control, and then you get the rogue decks that are whatever, and you really starts to find its way out. So I mean, we'll see what happens with this game and those, but again, we don't play a lot. Aggression is just one of those things that's just like it almost feels too easy.
Yep. Nice. Well, thank you so very much for playing. We'll definitely have to do this again, but before you go, can you tell everyone where you can find yourself? And I'll throw your stuff up, at least in the Twitch chat, because I haven't figured out how to do it on YouTube yet.
Well, you can find me on YouTube. I'm at Step Into the Portal. Sorry, there's no 2. It's just Step Into the Portal. And I play a lot of games on there, but it's heavily focused on Marvel Champions, specifically multiplayer. So I either play 2 heroes if I'm playing myself, or I play with 4 players live. We play games in under 2 hours with 4 people on expert mode, so we love to show that off. We then tend to chat for another 40 minutes, but the games we try to keep under 2 hours, and we play snappy and show people how they can play. And it's just a lot of fun. We tend to play nights, so I know a lot of people here with Nelson in the morning, so maybe, nights works for you, maybe it doesn't. I also have a podcast where I review copious amounts of board games with Eric Summerer called the Right Brain Rollers Podcast. So you can search that on your favorite podcast catcher. We're on all of them. And we just released our 20th episode yesterday, where we talked about Kutna Hora from CGE. So,
oh my gosh, I've only done like a demo of that game, but that game looks so freaking cool. Nice.
Well, you can hear my thoughts on the Right Brain Rollers Podcast.
Anywhere you can find podcasts. Excellent. Well, it's always a pleasure, Brent. We'll definitely have to do this again, whether it's constructed or sealed decks. I think that could be a little fun. But we'll definitely get some more Star Wars Unlimited on the channel. But until next time, I appreciate all of you all, and I hope you have a fantastic day. See you next time. Peace.